This is Celine Nice with the Park Bench Community website, Paradigm Realty. Here today with Joslyn Mendez of Gilcrease Nature Sanctuary. And I'm just so grateful, Joslyn, that you, first of all, carved out time from your busy schedule to just share about your organization, what you guys do, how long you've been around, and hopefully how we in the community can participate, can donate, can get involved.
Thank you so much for coming out. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. So how was the Gilcrease Nature Sanctuary idea born? How did the organization come about?
So our founders are Bill and Ted Gilcrease. Years ago, they purchased land here in Nevada to be able to grow crops. This area itself specifically, the ground is caliche, so we aren't able to grow crops. So they ended up turning the property over to the Van Horns, who ended up using this property for an animal wild park. We continued, our enrichment in the community by having the orchard, which is right down the street from us.
Yeah.
And so the Van Horns here on property, they have elephants, hippos, dolphins,
Wow.
giraffes. They had, a complete zoo. Unfortunately, Mr. Van Horn, he passed away, and so the Gilcrease brothers ended up buying the property back and kept the idea going and actually made this into a sanctuary.
What a beautiful idea, out in the middle of the desert to have this beautiful sanctuary. What makes this sanctuary unique? I mean, are there other places like this in the Las Vegas area?
So in Las Vegas, we do have quite a few organizations that, focus on animal well-being, care, and sanctuary ideas. We ourselves have been a nonprofit since 1979, and something amazing about us is that this property, it was the Las Vegas Wash. So what makes the sanctuary unique is that during one of Bill's expansions of the property, they actually found fossils here on property.
Wow.
They found mammoth bones, the American horse,
Wow.
the camel, the tusk and bones of the Columbian mammoths were actually donated over to the Natural History Museum.
Wow, how cool is that? I know, and our whole countryside here in Nevada, I mean, you can just picture dinosaurs roaming.
Everywhere, yeah.
And so, gosh, you guys have been around for over 40 years now. That's awesome. I guess roughly how many animals do you, in your best estimate, have kind of come through your doors as a place to, I guess, kind of retire, like an old animal's home, if you will?
Right. So here at the sanctuary, from passed on knowledge, there's been about 1,000 animals that have come and gone through the sanctuary. Currently on property, we have about 300.
Wow.
So lots of families, they end up adopting or purchasing birds, and with very minimal knowledge that these birds can live to 70 years.
Wow.
So some of our oldest birds here on property are at that age.
Wow, that's amazing. And tortoises, do you have any,
So some of the giant tortoises here that live on property, they are about 100 pounds to 150 each.
Wow. And I heard they can get pretty old.
Yeah, they can live over 100 years.
Wow, that's amazing. So they could basically outlive you if you adopted a turtle.
Keep that in
or a
mind
tortoise.
When adopting. Yeah, keep that in mind when adopting. A lot of people, they love the animals when they first get them. They're these beautiful things. They are beautiful creatures, but they forget that it is a lifetime commitment. They have to make sure, the animal has the proper space and habitat when it starts to grow. Lots of the tortoises that we have here on property have been surrenders because the families can't upkeep the habitats.
Yeah. Even though they, what is it called? They hibernate a good chunk of the year, right?
Yeah.
Tortoises.
Specific breeds, not all breeds. So the ones that are giant tortoises, they don't
hibernate. Okay.
They actually have, we have our weatherization system going for the winter for them. So they have giant dog houses that have their own heating system to where they go in and sleep during the nighttime.
Oh, how cool is that? Not a bad way to go if I'm a tortoise and living my days in heaven, sounds like it. But yeah, I saw on your website that one of your missions is to really educate the community on pet responsibilities, because people, they don't really know the full responsibilities of having and owning and caring for a pet, especially when they're a young child. So how do you guys communicate or let everybody know about your lectures, your classes?
So we ourselves offer summer camps, and then we offer, tours. We offer guidance programs. We do lots of things for our community to be able to get them engaged and teach them pet responsibility. With COVID, we unfortunately had to stop.
Oh, sure.
So this is going to be the first summer where we're going to be open to the public for summer camp, to where kids can come in, see the animals, and learn.
Awesome. That is so cool. So do you partner with the schools maybe to get the word out?
Yes.
Awesome. Because if I was a kid, I would want to come. I totally would
Summer
want to
camp,
come
we ask for the donation for families to bring their kids in. They get to participate in tons of activities. They get to learn about the animals.
Fun.
They get that hands-on experience with specific animals and different things we have here on property.
How fun is that? So I noticed from your website you have an event coming up called the Winter Fest.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that event?
So on December 18th, we will be having our Winter Fest. It will be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. The glorious thing about it is that everything will be completely open for the public to see and visit. We will have activities on property so the kids can, play with a bird or talk to a goat. So play with a goat or talk to a bird.
Are there going to be pets up for adoption?
No.
Oh,
So
okay,
here at the
okay.
sanctuary, we do provide forever homes to the animals. So we ourselves, we do not rehome any animals once they come into our care.
Okay. This is where they get to stay. Okay.
It just guarantees that the animal will have the proper care for the rest of its life.
Awesome, awesome. So you've been around here for over 40 years. You help animals that have nowhere to go. They don't have to be exotic. They can just be cats, dogs, tortoises.
So we don't bring in cats or dogs, but everything else, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cats and dogs are the only things that we don't have here.
That's right. Your main type of animals you have, is it the exotic birds?
Birds are so the majority of our animals that have been surrendered, they are birds. We do have goats, llamas, donkeys, pigs.
Oh my gosh.
So we have basically a little farm.
Yes.
It's nothing too exotic, nothing too extreme. When it comes down to dogs and cats, we do partner with quite a few shelters and organizations
other places that take
that will
them.
help and take care of them. Yeah.
That's true. So what are some ways the community, I know you have the Winterfest coming up as one way, but like on a volunteer basis, what are some ways the community can get involved?
So on our website, anyone who's interested in coming in, they can actually volunteer in the morning from 8 to 10. We have very simple tasks here on property. So whether it be helping feed an animal or helping clean up behind an animal, it just gives the community the opportunity to see what it's like to actually take care of an animal that they don't have in their possession.
Awesome.
So if they ever plan to, maybe they want to buy a goat one day, they know how a goat acts, what a goat does, how it behaves.
That's
And same thing with
great.
donkeys and llamas. Not many people will go try to adopt a llama, but they get to actually see what it's like to be next to one in real life.
If my HOA would let me, I'd love to have a donkey or a llama.
I love our
I
donkeys.
think they're so mellow. When you compare them to how skittish horses are, llamas and camels, they're such mellow beasts.
We do have 2 senior ponies here on property.
Oh.
It's Caesar and Puddin, and
Oh.
one is 29, the other one is 32, I believe.
Oh, how cute.
And they have the sweetest characteristics.
I'll have to go visit them when we're done. Yeah. So again, going to the website, get good information on how you can get involved as a community. And I love that idea of, if you're not sure if your child is ready for a pet, maybe come volunteer as a family, come spend some time here, talk to your child, let them know. They could talk to some of the volunteers here. Let them know what it's involved in taking care of a pet. You do need to spend time. It is a commitment of time with pets. So what are your busiest times of year? I guess when could you use the most volunteers?
So the beginning of winter and during summer. So the beginning of winter, we have to completely change everything on property.
Oh, kind of like now then.
Yeah,
You guys are busy.
Yeah, so with so many exotic birds, we have to protect them from the weather.
Right.
We have to do different things to weatherize their housing, their habitats, get everyone in the full swing of
Wow.
winter.
Sure.
Many of our birds during the winter get moved indoors.
Oh.
So that does take a giant, amount of time, moving
Of
cages,
course.
getting things organized, getting our heaters up. So beginning of winter, once it's set and done, everybody's okay, they're all
Yeah.
tranquil. And then during the summer,
Okay.
sometimes we have, extreme heat. And so with that extreme heat, we have to constantly be supervising our animals and checking if they're okay and, pushing out water all day long.
Right. Well, gosh, it just sounds like a wonderful organization that you have going here. I can't wait to take your tour and see some of the animals that you have here. But please do visit Joslyn's website at Gilcrease Nature Sanctuary. And don't forget to check out the Park Bench Community website for interviews for nonprofits like these, as well as other businesses and schools in the community. Again, this is Celine Nice with Paradigm Realty. Thanks so much for